Welcome to one more video from Dental Academy USA. My name is Leo Kirish. I'm a foreign trained dentist and an American trained dentist. I got my dental degree back in 2017 from Virginia Commonwealth University, and I'm here to teach you about how you can do the same thing that I did and become a dentist here in the United States. Today, we're going to talk about something everybody asks about: the exams. Which exams do I have to take in order to apply to dental school? Well, that's a very challenging question, and the reason being is because it really depends. As everything else in this path to become a dentist, the answer is it depends. Depends on which schools are you applying to, which type of programs you're applying to. So what I'm going to be telling you today is a ballpark, a general idea, a rule of thumb. It's not the final answer, but it's basically an overall guideline for you to understand which exams are going to be extremely important in your application process. Before we dive into this, keep in mind you should subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave a comment here, share with your friends, and I'm going to be bringing more content about how to become a dentist in the United States here for free on YouTube directly to you. All right, let's do this. I'm going to try to break this down into 3 different exams and also into 2 different types of application for you to understand a little bit better. I'm sure you already watched my long video about pathways to become a dentist in the United States, so you are familiar with the application process overall. And now you are at the step where you're going to apply or thinking about applying to certain types of programs, and you would like to know which exams you have to take. So there are 2 main types of programs there are out there, which is the DDS/DMD program, DDS or DMD program. And the other types of programs are the grad programs, the grad school programs, which includes specialties and AEGD or GPR. Okay, these are the 2 blocks here. Keep in mind on this side, DDS, DMD, grad programs. On the other side, you have the exams. 3 exams that I'm going to be talking about: Toefl exam, Integrated National Board's dental exam, and GRE. So these are the 3 exams right here that I'm going to be talking about. Leo, is there any other exam that I may have to take? There might be. In general, what you have to do to get your true answer is to go into the dental school website, to go into the program that you're going to apply to and read their instructions. But luckily, I have done this for over 50, over 100. I don't even know how many programs I have done this before. So I have an idea about what is more important, and I'm going to give you the overall guideline for you to go straight to the point. Okay, this is not the final answer, but 90% chances I am going to be in the right path. I'm going to be correct, okay? You still have to check with the specific program you're applying to. So let's start to break this down. So if you're applying to a DDS, DMD program, or if you're applying to a grad program, one of these 3 exams you're going to have to take regardless, which is the Toefl. Test of English as a foreign language, I think that's what it stands for, I'm not sure. The Toefl exam, whatever program you're applying, I've never heard about anybody that does not require a English exam. Somebody may say, oh Leo, but I heard that I can take an exam that's different than Toefl. That is right. You might be able to take a different exam. You might be able to take Yelp, I'm not even sure what the name is. There are some exams to test your English out there that may be accepted, but if you want to be accepted by the vast majority of programs across the country, you should take the Toefl because that's the most widely known program, and there's a very good chance the school that you're applying to is going to accept that. So whether you're applying to DDS, DMD or a grad school, you're going to need to take the Toefl. That's exam number 1. Now it starts to get a little bit more complicated, because if you're applying to a DDS DMD program, or if you're applying to a grad program, you may need different exams. How does that work? Well, for DDS DMD,
I'm just going to call DDS from now on to not repeat myself over and over and over.
For a DDS program, I think every single school will require you to take the Integrated National Board Dental exam, INDBE. You're going to have to take that exam. However, if you're applying to grad programs, not all grad programs require you to take the INDBE. I have plenty of friends who got accepted into grad programs, specialties, perio, orthodontics, you name it, all different kinds of grad programs. They never took the boards to apply to the school, to their program. because that's not a requirement for all of them. So again, the rule of thumb, DDS, yes, INDBE. Grad programs, not so sure. I'm not so sure. Some will require that, some will not. Okay? So we talked about the exam number 2, which is the INDBE. So just to recap, number 1, Toefl. Number 2, INDBE. Most likely yes for DDS. Maybe yes, maybe no for grad programs. Now let's go to exam number 3. Not many people talk about this exam, but if you're applying to certain programs, this is a very important exam. It's called the GRE. GRE. GRE stands for Graduate Record Examination, which is an exam required if you're applying. Now it's the opposite, not to the DDS program, but to some master's specialty programs, they require the GRE. And if you're applying to AEGD or GPR, many of the programs will not require the GRE. But if you're applying to a specialty program, many specialty programs will require the GRE. And what is this exam all about? It's basically a test of English, math, and writing. You have to write an essay. It is probably, for foreign people, one of the hardest exams that you're going to take. I took that. I thought it was extremely difficult, the English part. The math is the same because math, it's the same around the globe. But the writing part and the English part, I thought it was extremely difficult. But some schools will require this exam. If you're applying to a grad program, specialty program, usually if they have a master's component to this program, chances are you're going to need the GRE as well. So when people come and ask me, which exams do I have to take to apply to school? My answer is, it depends. It really depends. You have to go to the school and you have to understand the ins and outs of that school and you have to learn what they want. But as a rule of thumb, TOEFL is going to be needed regardless. DDS program, INDBE, some grad programs may not need the INDBE, but you may need the GRE. So those are the 3 main ones that I'm going to talk about. There are other exams out there, ADAT. There are some psychological exams and some other stuff like that. Some schools may or may not require, but then it's not in general. You know, in general, those 3 are the main ones that you're going to have to face during your application process. You define your application process and then you figure out the exams that you have to take. If you like the video, like, share, leave a comment. Leave an idea down here for next video and I'll come up with more interesting things to you.